Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Unit 1 Electrostatics, and today we are going to determine the value of common potential and we will calculate the loss in energy during charge sharing. When I talk about common potential, it means that we are having the capacitors which are connected in parallel, because in series combination we cannot reach the same potential. So therefore, when capacitors are connected in parallel, only at that time we can reach the common potential. So therefore, let us consider two capacitors of capacitance C1 and C2 with the potential V1 and V2. So C1 has a potential V1 and C2 capacitance has a potential V2, and let us say these are connected in parallel, because in order to reach the common potential we have to connect these capacitors in parallel only. So I have written the word respectively because V1 is the potential for the capacitor having capacitance C1, and therefore the charge which is stored by the first capacitor is given by Q1 is equals to C1 V1 and charge Q2 is equal to C2 V2, which is stored in the second capacitor. Therefore, total charge in this combination is stored as Q is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2, that is sum of the charges Q1 plus Q2. Therefore, we have equation number 1, Q is equals to Q1 plus Q2 is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2. So, as we know, these capacitors are connected in parallel. So now capacitors are connected in parallel. So for parallel combination, we already know the formula, that is Cp is equal to C1 plus C2, not V1, C1 plus C2 in parallel combination. So this is equation number 2. So if this is the combination in terms of common potential, we can say total charge stored Q is equal to CPV. This is our equation number 3, and we will use equation number 3 in equation number 1. And equation number 1 says Q is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2. Instead of writing Q, I will put the value of Q, that is CPV is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2. So now we will substitute the value of Cp from equation number 2, that is C1 plus C2 into V is equals to C1 V1 plus C2 V2, and we were interested in the value of common potential. So V is equal to common potential, V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. So this is our equation number 4, which is the value of the common potential. So if two capacitors of different capacitances are connected in parallel such that their potentials are different, then their common potential is V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. So this is the common potential which the capacitors have reached. Now we will find that there is always a loss of energy when there is a charge sharing. In this case, when we connected the capacitors in parallel, so in this case both the capacitors has shared its charge. So in this case, there is always a loss of energy, and we will prove it with the help of the article. So let us say we have a capacitor of capacitance C1. Therefore, energy stored in capacitor of capacitance C1 is given by half C1 V1 square. Similarly, energy stored in a capacitor of capacitance C2 is given by half C2 V2 square. And when we have connected these capacitors in parallel, after connecting together in parallel, we have total energy, final energy stored is equal to half CPV square. So now I want to calculate the change in energy, because only if I will calculate the change in energy, then I will be able to know whether there is a loss of energy or not. So I will write E final minus E initial, where E final is indicating that the final energy stored in the combination of the capacitors after connecting them in parallel. So I have substituted the value of E final, that is half CPV square minus, and initial energy us the total energy in the capacitors, that is half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. Therefore, change in energy is given by half C1 plus C2, substituting the value of Cp, and similarly we will write V square minus, opening up the brackets, we have half C1 V1 square minus half C2 V2 square. Just take care of the minus sign. Minus sign when multiplied by half C1 V1 square, it becomes negative. Similarly for C2 V2 square. And therefore we are having change in energy delta E is equal to half C1 plus C2 multiplied by V square. Instead of writing common potential, we will substitute the value of common potential, that is C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. So substituting this value, instead of writing V, we are having C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2 whole square. So now we will rewrite everything as it is, half C1 V1 square minus half C2 V2 square. Now we are going to solve this equation further. So we have change in energy delta E is equals to half C1 plus C2 divided by C1 plus C2 whole square, because I have just separated the denominator and I have written C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square. This is just a separation, minus half C1 V1 square minus half C2 V2 square, and we have cancelled 1 C1 plus C2 with the denominator. So we are left with the first term, that is half C1 plus C2, and we are having C1 V1 square. I am just opening up the bracket, so plus half C2 square V2 square plus half plus 2 C1 C2 V1 V2. So it is just a formula, A plus B whole square, that is A square plus B square plus 2AB, and then rewriting minus half C1 V1 square minus half C2 V2 square as it is. So now we are having, taking half common, because all these three terms are having half common, so taking it common, so we are left with C1 square V1 square plus C2 square V2 square plus 2 C1 C2 into V1 V2 whole divided by C1 plus C2 minus half is already taken out, so we are left with C1 V1 square minus C2 V2 square, and closing the brackets. It is very important to take care of the brackets, otherwise we can miscalculate the things. So 1 by 2 common, and now we are having C1 square V1 square plus C2 square V2 square plus 2 C1 C2 V1 V2, and now we are going to take the LCM. So we are having C1 V1 square multiplied by C1 plus C2 minus C2 V2 square multiplied by C1 plus C2. We have just taken the LCM, so we will put C1 plus C2 in the denominator. Also now it becomes a common denominator, so what I can do, I can just take C1 plus C2 out of the brackets, so half C1 plus C2, and starting the bracket once again, we have C1 square V1 square plus C2 square V2 square plus 2 C1 C2 V1 V2 minus C1 square V1 square. So C1 V1 square is multiplied by C1, so it will become minus C1 square V1 square, then minus C1, because minus sign will change, and therefore we have minus C1 C2 V1 square. Again we will take care of the negative sign, so we have C2 V2 square multiplied by C1 minus C2 square V2 square, and closing the brackets. Now we are having C1 square V1 square and minus C1 square V1 square, so we can cancel these terms, so cancelling out the common terms, equal and opposite terms. And similarly we have C2 square V2 square minus C2 square V2 square, again cancelling out these two terms. So we are left with the simplified equation, that is change in energy delta E is equal to 1 by 2 C1 plus C2 multiplied by 2 C1 C2 V1 V2 minus C1 C2 V1 square minus C1 C2 V2 square. Now in this equation we are already having C1 C2 common in every term, so therefore change in energy delta E is equals to C1 C2 taking common upon 2 C1 plus C2. So we are having let's check the equation. We have taken C1 C2 common out of this, so we are left with 2 V1 V2 minus V1 square minus V2 square. So we will write inside the bracket 2 V1 V2 minus V1 square minus V2 square. Now we will take negative sign out of the bracket, so all the positive terms will become negative and negative terms will become positive inside the bracket. So minus C1 C2 upon 2 C1 plus C2, therefore plus 2 V1 V2 is changed into minus 2 V1 V2, and minus V1 square is changed into plus V1 square, and minus V2 square is changed into plus V2 square. So similarly rewriting it, we have minus C1 C2 upon 2 C1 plus C2 multiplied by V1 square plus V2 square minus 2 V1 V2. So on rearranging we are having such kind of equation. So therefore I can write delta E is equals to minus C1 C2 upon 2 C1 plus C2 whole multiplied by V1 minus V2 whole square, because we are having a formula A square plus B square minus 2AB written as A minus B whole square. So this is the equation which we are having for the loss of energy in case of charge sharing. But how could I determine that this equation is simplifying that we are having the loss of energy during the charge sharing? So here we have to reconsider this equation, that is E final minus E initial. This whole term is negative. How? Because C1 is positive, C2 is positive. If C1 is positive and C2 is positive, therefore C1 multiplied by C2 is always going to be positive, because positive into positive is positive. Similarly, C1 is positive, C2 is positive, therefore their sum is also positive. But we can have V1 minus V2 negative. So in this case, V1 minus V2 whole square, if we will put the square of V1 minus V2, that means we are putting the square of negative term. So negative square is again positive, therefore C1 multiplied by C2 or C1 plus C2 or V1 minus V2 whole square, all these terms are positive, but we are having a negative sign outside this equation. Therefore negative sign multiplied by the above equation. So in negative sign in the equation makes the positive negative overall. So the equation is overall turning out to be negative. That means E final minus E initial is negative, which implies E final is greater than, E final is less than E initial, and therefore if E final is less than E initial, that means energy stored after sharing the charge is less than energy stored before sharing the charge, which means there is always a loss of energy during the charge sharing. And I hope you have understood the concept. If yes, then do not forget to press like, subscribe and share button, and do press the bell icon in order to get latest notifications on